ongoing conversation about meta on this map. So we're gonna be seeing two teams that are both gonna be playing double controller, TENSTAR with the Astra and Brix with the Omen. Now, we're not gonna be seeing any Breach. We're gonna be seeing Skye and Sage as well for both parts. Let's see how they pull out this one, because I feel like they might agree in some parts, but overall, I'd like to see TENSTAR succeeding on this one, because I really want the Astra to work, and I really want Astra to be back in our hearts as it was a month ago, when every team was there to pick her.
Here it comes. Aye. Lizard immediately being eliminated by Polvi. Man's already ready and a step ahead of him, but as you see right there, Stanley coming in right. Fry eliminated, can dodge his death. Looking decent at the moment for the side of TENSTAR.
Yeah, that double stat. Whoa. This is gonna be last one. Rez is like, can you take the wall down? And this that's the close end. A lot of mid control starting the round, something that you see not many teams doing, I have to say. Depending on who you're playing against, you'll know how important mid is. At the beginning of every map, I think that if there's mid, you gotta take control over it. You gotta put a little bit of pressure, and that was enough. The Dash did not only not find one kill, it didn't even get the proper information about it. They did rotate onto A, but just with a couple stars, Stanley was able to get one kill and also save his own life, running onto A with a second smoke. So that's a clean round, a clean start for TENSTAR. See if they can manage to pull the rest of the map. Why not?
Let's start taking a lot of information towards B main. In the meantime, mid is, well, being attacked quite massively by Otom and his boys. Luzzer can escape, but Heaven still under control of Polvi. So, Spike seems to have somewhat of a direction. Stanley can pop off any second soon. The flash comes in to his left-hand side. He only got a jet.
Yeah, this is a map that we did not get to see TENSTAR play against Liquid, and also is a map with they're both playing Sentinels, but they're playing the Sage, which is kind of a hybrid. So we're not gonna see those tripwires that I feel like are so crucial. I really like Cypher on this map. We're gonna see a lot of smokes, another utility that Astra can give to you or Omen.
Cover going out.
And this mid control, it's looking to be crucial for both teams. Like Rix is actually gonna use it to attack.
Polvi just nearly whiffed it, but finding the clock. Ace is granted from the Finn. Surely it has just been somewhat of a force, but it looked clean as hell. And this is what you want. Confidence on this guy, and also a showstopper at this point. I have to add up something on your point with no Sentinels being used. Because for the moment, screw the thought that Sage is a Sentinel, fully with you. It's a hybrid. It doesn't count as a Sentinel, usual one. But the thing is, this forces both parties to play very information heavy. As a defender, you can't just leave a side alone due to the tripwires not being present, a camera that can gain you information, and same obviously a killjoy not being present, no turret, no alarm bot, nothing. So you actively have to gain information on both sides, attacker as well as defender.
Yeah, and that's what we see in TENSTAR. We saw it, as you were mentioning previously, last round, taking that B lobby.
Right here.
And doing it again. This is something that we saw from Liquid playing that KO, and it's very important on both sides of the map. Still playing the Sheriff, giving it a full bonus for his teammates, that he was the only one falling on the previous round. And Rix is not able to just make a full decision and a full commitment just for now. So it's gonna be A, because the stars are gonna go out at some point.
Oh, Tom being sucked in there, and so Stanley and his boys, they might just have a bit of a problem over there on the A side as Rusto comes in as support. Doesn't hit the shots according to plan. Craze dancing around the smoke, finds the first, knows that there's someone waiting behind the smoke though. And no more back on site. The showstopper might be the perfect tool right now, but I think Polvi's not going to be there in time. And therefore, limited chances. Seemed a bit of a sloppy one here towards the end.
Yeah, I mean the beginning of the round was correct, obviously, and I feel like maybe it came to a point, especially when you know that the execute is gonna be taking place on A, when you need to stop risking and just play with your team, especially when you're playing on a bonus and against a full buy. But still, I mean, they did manage to get a kill. It's the first one for Rix. It was a good movement, and it was a great position. And after, so gotta give it to them. Let's see what they can pull out the rest of the rounds. This A side with the double controller, it's gonna be a tough one. And again, TENSTAR taking B lobby
Every
and
time.
even pushing.
They will lose every time at this point until they feel like they can't. And the question is, how helpful is it towards the end? X-ray being turned off, and perfect distraction. Paulvy realizes what was up. Paulvy absolutely realized that this was a distraction, and someone's going to peek from the other side. That's the only logical thing to me. And he then immediately backs off. Wonderful little detail.
Yeah, and also when you see the pressure on the first round on mid, and then you only see the Sage for 2 rounds in a row, you're wondering where are them, because obviously they're not on A for what happened previous round, so they gotta be somewhere. And if they're pushing B lobby, we cannot just grant it for them all the time.
There you go. Strong stuff from Stanley. Latex eliminated, and Paulvy just once more stays back in the position. No surprises for little Mickey, or will there be? No. Nothing towards the B side. It's great that they can rule it out, right? And as in the meantime, Fry is swinging. The A positioning. The A bomb site might just become the problem.
Walking up towards mid, and yeah, this is gonna go onto ropes, but the positioning from TENSTAR is just correct enough. They can slow the entrance, and they should get it covered.
Yep, they should. And as I say that, Gray and Russ, that's a brilliant cohesion. Exceptional team play that makes it work. Gives them another round for sure. TENSTAR in a 3-2-1. In a situation where you gotta say this map specifically, when we talk about such an amazing map, I have to say Split, first of all, being one of my favorites. At the same time, it has really balanced out recently. The losses, though, that Rigs have picked up recently, for example, against the Giants, a bit of a surprise to say that, you know, otherwise they were quite successful against an Angry Titans, against the Big, against, well, Giants in some cases. But the funny wise, the most recent loss, outside of the Giants one, was against TENSTAR. 7-13 loss. It's gonna be interesting if they'll repeat that.
I mean, there's definitely what they were expecting to do, and the outcome for picking this map to play. And also, I feel like there is another conversation on the table about how this map, at least in Europe, had more strong attacks than defenses, and now the tables have turned, especially with this double controller. Might look that it favors the attack, but it gives you so much, I hate to say it, but control over what's happening in the middle of the round. That it shines a light on the balance of the map. That's big. Respecting the next one, though.
Brilliant stuff from Stanley. Only gets in one, though. And as the ult is coming in, back on the side, Rix have sent their Omen in. And so, it is Latex and the boys successfully taking the side, but how long can they find success? Obviously, the pit is becoming an issue.
Yeah, and it's a great utility. Oh, to play around. Still, it's 2v3. Here is not on his best HP. If he can find the next one. Oh.
That's it. Exactly what they were looking for. This is now the double that has worked brilliantly, but not necessarily mean that they can get this one indeed. Nope, Craig is falling. And same goes for Brody. Brilliant stuff. 3-2. Seems like we get another exciting one for ourselves.
Yeah, I have to say, and it was a great decision just using the Viper Spit, because even putting them again in that situation of a 2v2, obviously you have way more control about what's happening inside the point. They didn't want to take the risk of just navigating through the Venom, so that is the second round that we give to Rix, and it's gonna put TENSTAR in a half-buy situation here. We're gonna see a couple shotguns, not a lot of what's it called? A Bucky that we see these days. I miss it. I think that they should like maybe lower the price a little bit because it was a big thing, you know, just like the Stinger. And now where is it? We barely see it.
Toxin screen down.
And again, patience is the best we asked for, my dear Kaquka. Obviously, patience is a virtue. It's something you have to learn. But both teams are very contact heavy. It seems like, you know, taking the initiative is something both parties hardly do in those very standard violence. Talking about it, Otom going swift and fast, playing Skye the way she's supposed to at this point, and he's even looking for the targets. Finds the first, the second one not necessarily granted. As left, right, and center as they come. Uh-oh, the problem starts to rise, only finds one! That was a very expensive showstopper that hardly got you anything, but Cray has a good opportunity. Rifle in his hands, everybody's low HP. How many can he find? Perfect one on the side, and one to the left, one to the right. Spike still needs to hit the ground! Oh, Cray's on it! And it seems like he might make it work, just above him, but Otom secures it, brings it home, and makes the tie possible. Seems like we get ourselves a nail biter, and you better get yourself buckled up and seated in, because this will be one hell of a ride.
Oh, Mel, please tell me that you have a replay of that first bullet. That was just beautiful. And the flick completely covering his back again. So I'm here. He did manage to fence the first one. Oh, that was just clean. And look at the way he turns around. He knows that his back is not safe. And this was something that Rix was struggling, you know, taking mid-control. How we're going to do it. We're going to be explosive on both sides. We're not going to turn back. We're not going to look about what's happening behind us. And they managed to put that double threat onto B. I have to say, though, this was an eco round for TENSTAR. And I said the outcome is great because you got 4 of the players dead on the other team. You did manage to find a couple ultimates. So not everything's lost. Looks like the timer is stopped. And I don't know if it's technical. It's tactical.
It doesn't matter. I have to tell you one thing.
Tell me.
The last time Synga was casting with me on this map, he couldn't find where all the bears are. Synga is our observer, if you're wondering. Synga, where are all the bears? Show us right now. Go, Synga, search. Search, go. Synga, go. Synga!
I like how it's observed by Synga.
I think he's... Okay, he's going.
Okay,
Look at the boy.
He's going for it. He's going on the hunt.
You should know. We have had this last time, son. Where are those damn bears? Synga!
He's a bad boy, sorry.
Yeah, he's absolutely... No more observer treats for him. Yeah. You don't need to shake your head here. Shout out to him. Obviously, shout out to Mel as well for doing exceptional production.
Oh, can I get one of those apartments?
Yeah. He knows he's somewhere here. He's looking for it.
Nope.
Where's the bear? Thank you, Synga. We had a little ping issues. Now we're back into the game. 3-3, back and forth. Well, we ordered it, and we got it for ourselves.
Viper's Pit, and now there is definitely not going to be a mid for Rix to take unless they want to take the risk of fighting whatever is going on. They do not have the info. Of course, there's no aggression here on B. There's Brody taking a little bit of info. Shoulder picking. He's got enough. He knows that he needs to back off. Just wait for his teammate to support him. Oh, no. Wow. That is clean.
Nasty. Already starting good, but, well, Swiss cheese made out of the wooden box. No real opportunity, indeed. 4 versus 4, 45 seconds. I have to be very honest, this is one of the slowest games I've seen in a while. By far. By a margin.
I feel like we've gotten to a point where almost every match is going to be pretty tight up.
Yeah, but not like this.
30 seconds left.
You know, they're explosive teams. There's, for example, an Valorant who's always coming in with the absolute amazing hype. And just sometimes you don't see that necessarily. In the meantime, though, it looks like Russ is taking his time. Otom is coming in with the boys, and suddenly 8 seconds for that plant. 8 seconds. Now you'd wish you'd have a showstopper, but obviously that doesn't come in. And well, as we wait and wait, spikes down. Wall placed. How long is that going to stay is the question. Stanley considers it. Is actually getting some damage for the smoke. But the options of TENSTAR, once again, I mean, somewhat limited. The options are just simply limited. They need to get on that goddamn side. They just don't do so. They don't tend to make the push work. And as they look for the frags, finally, some stuff happening. But again, the thing is taken away.
Oh,
the timer's not working in their favor. You finally need to get to that flank. And Paulby might just get it all. But is there enough time for the defuse?
I think
I'm
there
not
is.
so sure there is.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, there is. I'm taking it.
There
back.
is. I mean, there's not like a lot of it. There was like 3 seconds, but I think like the spike does like a little wave to it, like it has an effect. Okay, when it tells you there is not enough time. I'll probably if we see you next time, I'll tell you what it is. But they did have very little time, and this is what you get when you play double control. When you play in the Sage, the amount of space that you can create for yourself and secure for yourself. You only need to look at the end of the outside of a smoke, and you can see the blob. Yeah, there was a blob. But
I always forget it.
Yes, it says from the beginning. It's like a shining thing around the shiny thing. But as I was telling you, thank God that the classic is so OP and that you can manage to finish the round even with just that. And as another round starts, looks like Rix wants to take that advantage again on mid, because if you deny that access onto ropes, you're doing a lot for your team already. This is something that TENSTAR wants to play around. You know that they have everything else covered, that all the quick entrances are not going to be there for Rix to find.
Brilliant stuff coming in from Rix as he's taking all there. Well, Otom's taking a right aggressive stance towards ropes. Again, Otom's not to be stopped. Goodness gracious, going for ropes, swift and fast. A side is conquered. Not very much to talk about at that point, as it works quite nice. That double peek
Enemy remaining.
coming in, and as Mickey might just close the case. Wonderful accuracy. This is the different side of then Rix from time to time, taking such an aggressive stance over here. And that
There's nothing more beautiful than a vertical flip. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it was kind of diagonal, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I mean, it's what I was telling you. They wanted the quick access. They know that Luther is gonna have to, be the first one, and is either first kill or first death. Managed to get the 2 kills, and once that window is open, all the setup, the defensive setup that is prepared on A just loses its value. We're gonna wait for some aggression here, as they know that TENSTAR is not on their best with credits. And as it is not coming.
Uh-oh. They don't know.
Safe?
They're not aware. No, they're not aware. And TENSTAR obviously having nothing in their pocket. I mean, this is where once we're a bit surprised that they used the ult for that. Well, considering that the best they can come up with is the Sheriff. All right, I see why you did it. Paulby feels it. Exactly, it is a showstopper. And Fry back in the corner could be the first to make them of it, but it's still Russ and his teammate. They need to find those kills initially. Can't do so. Only Laza. The boys got an easy one. Hold on. I really gotta say, hold the phone here. Paulby is feeling it. As he drops down, gets himself another rifle, fakes it a bit on the wall.
Yeah.
And obviously the snake bite is killing you immediately. Exceptional skill Paulby's showing us, but this would be a miracle if he makes it work. No chance.
Yeah, he cleared it with the grenade, but it was just not enough to get Frey out of his position, or he was gonna just get back. Another round that we give to Rix on their map pick. Definitely proven, but great stuff from Polvi here that we're gonna see. This shots are pretty clean. Already got on the second one, and this is the third one here. Oh, insanely clean, and just unlucky. If they would have managed to stay on that 2v2 situation, maybe there will be another story to tell. But this is the 4-2-5. 3 ultimates on the hands of TENSTAR. Still that showstopper that hasn't stopped any show. We've seen it there for like, what, 3rd round?
Feels like it. I mean, it's just wild. Paulby.
Or they used it.
It's getting him in the end. Well, I gotta say, right, this is a bit disastrous for the side of TENSTAR, considering, and I have to say that, considering what amazing aggressive approach they showed us at the start of the game, where the buffet that B main every single time and rebuke all the aggression that could come their way. But it seems for the moment, it all flings in the way of Rix.
And Rix again playing the operator on attack. Something that they love to do and we love to see. They're not gonna have that much pressure as it's their only duelist who's gonna be doing it. He's not gonna be able to, you know, create the space, obviously. They do have that. Wow.
Oh, no! You didn't hit it. And the Alpha and the Omega
The dash.
of the TENSTAR site is falling. Yep, the dash it was.
Isn't it just beautiful, the
Stanley-
amount of things the Jets is able to do?
Gotta say, she's annoying, but maybe Stanley could become annoying as well. Brilliant 2K together with Prey as they add insult to injury, and so the spot of Baller called the A side here for Rick seems to become a problem. Oh, no more options in the nick of time. That Spike would need to go down, rushing back there, and well, gotta take it, but it's on the ground. Well, Cray is not gonna fall for it, and sometimes you gotta stick it. Oh, for not even considering peeking. All right then, 5-5.
I mean, if he could have had like a safe planned, you know, it's a gamble. Obviously, either he picks you or he doesn't. Maybe on a 1v1 situation. I mean, he wasn't safe from barely any angles there. So take that. Maybe we could have had longer round, but wasn't the case. Still, it's a coin toss. Anything could have happened. He could have died from planting. They did not decide to pick. Cray was just standing there onto CT, and gotta give it to them. It's the 5-5.
Lots of aggressive stance towards B main, where somehow they found sometimes some insular players who thought they can be a little insolent on the pace, but this time only the little wolf getting pulverized. Oh, it's a tiger, friends. It's a Tasmanian tiger. I hope you've learned that by now. The last Tasmanian tiger died in the early 20th century, somewhere in Australia in a zoo. Rip Tasmanian tiger. Missing them already. Anyway. Well, a minute left on the clock. It is Rix once more contesting middle. It feels a little bit like a replay of every round with slight changes. This time, a more aggressive peak from the TENSTAR side.
Yeah, and I feel like Rix is still waiting for that aggression from TENSTAR, that it's just not gonna happen. They do prioritize that mid control, as we were saying, but that's all that they have to do when they're playing double controller. They do not have the means to escape or to really like look for those duels. They do have the means, but why would they take those unnecessary risks? It's like the attack is gonna be closer and closer to B. Brody here
30 seconds
gonna
left.
have to run away and just wait for the rest of his teammates. They do have the Cosmic Divide.
Yep. Tickets for the show on the B side. Yeah, you can have it. Bouncer is not going to hold them up. Immediately, the world is being divided. 2 sections, but suddenly Brody's being eliminated. Russ is pushing through, recklessly coming on. And suddenly, once more, the Polvi show is what we're looking for. The Cosmic Divide, maybe not that helpful. In desperation, he shoots left, right, and center and flicks around the world. But I got my doubts that this is going to work out well, as suddenly to his right-hand side, Aluzza appears.
Next one for Rix, and this is going to be, we're going to head out into the last round before we swap those defenses and attackers. And I have to say, I don't think we're going to see that. Yeah, I think they're going to go for an explosive round on this last one. I think is the kind of tempo that you need. Because... And also see how TENSTAR is not that intrigued to look into mid anymore. They know that the attack is going to be just frustrated into one of the 2 sides, and it's probably going to be explosive. Oh, you want to take that orb. I think they're close to the rest, but... Okay, you have to find it, and... Oh, Seekers here doing a lot of research work for them.
Found one.
And as the research has been done, found one has been said. Powering back in the corner is Stanley. Easily is gonna be found. No real issues. And suddenly, insult to injury, things are getting worse. Shining the boys as they suddenly want to get easy access to the site. They will. Alpha's over, 7-5, and Rix might bring us a 3rd map.
They wanted to maximize their firepower. They definitely could do anything that they thought of this round, and we're seeing some replays here. Latex here, amazing play. Just covering both of his sides. But still, I feel like this is a good start from Rix, obviously on their map pick. They don't want to go just now.
Enemy remaining.
This team is gonna be out. Don't want to be the ones. Great stuff that we've seen from both parts. I want to see how, because the teams are not really different. They're playing both double control. One of them has the Sage, sorry, the Raze. Another one has the Jet. But I have to say that even though they're pretty similar, I feel like Luther feels so comfortable with the operator, something that you gotta give to him. And I feel like he's gonna be creating a lot of pressure on both sides, either being aggressive on B lobby. And looks like we got a timeout right at the beginning of TENSTAR's attack. Right?
Well, maybe they're gonna talk a little bit more about how they can pull the strings on this puppet called Rix. As it's not the time to go out here with the wooden spoon. You don't want the consolidation prize. It's serious business for TENSTAR, who had one hell of a story considering the improvement from every single one of those VCT stages. They started off losing in the round of 64, 128 in stage 1. In stage 2, well, they at least made it to the round of 32, losing against the likes of Alliance and Vitality. And now in the main tournament, fighting against the best of their region and proving that they deserve to be here. For me, they definitely prove that they deserve to be here, but it's still more bit of stuff that they need to do to show us that they can prevail and possibly, just possibly, book a slot for EMEA.
And we were talking about how the results from the breaks lately. Oh, Luther's gonna find a kill here. It's kind of scared about that, but I'm not gonna lie. He just managed to find the second one, and I was gonna tell you because the last encounter was with Vodafone Giants, and they only managed to pull one round of the defense. So let's see let's hope that the tables turn here. Because now it's them on defense. They did manage to find the first 2 kills. Or be 3, but Spike is gonna go down on me at any moment.
And so they wait. Russ. That's an easy kill, bro. It continues. TENSTAR are hungry for another one. Oh, but Russ can't make it all. So the 8th is secured. There we go. And well, maybe we go full circle, dear Kaquka. Maybe we go full circle and give ourselves Haven as well. It looks like Rix are in the driver's seat for the moment.
I would love to see that, actually. I want to see the more competition, the better. I can see you, Vincent. You okay? You want some water? Some hot takes here. This is a great start, obviously, for Rix. On their map pick, what they wanted, what they needed. And when you get, you know, so focused on that kill that you cannot get, that right click that is just not landing, maybe you should think about something else. And that is the first round that we give to them. Looks like they're going to play pretty passive here. Of course, they don't want to risk anything. They don't know if they're stacking. They have to play pretty standard.
Five to 8 it is. And so, if Rix are gonna slice them into bite-sized niblets, we're gonna fight that out. In the meantime, Rix seem to be very eager to go further into B main. They do. And Brody, oh, there they go, fighting more and more. TENSTAR hardly stand a chance. Obviously, I mean, the weaponry is not ideal. And they sent them in a disastrous realm of grief, picking up his little smoke as well in the poison cloud. He brought to the ground. Oh, Fry just keeps on with the shooting gallery. Easy stuff. Rix with the 9th, pretty much secure to bring us closer and closer to that number 3.
I mean, if someone can do it, it's your boy, Polvi. But yeah, I don't think he's going to have that luck at this moment as the pressure was already onto them. Let's see what they can pull out also on this bonus, because this is, you know, a transition round to what happened. And as a result of that first round of their defense. And again, as I was saying, they only did manage to pull out of, I think, like 8 rounds against Vodafone Giants on their defense. They only managed to pull 1. So that makes me a little bit scary, but a little bit scared. But if we think that we're also talking about the Vodafone Giants that just beat Fnatic 2-1, doesn't look that bad, huh?
Look quite good, hombre. And well, I gotta say, considering that, you know, the past few matchups between Rix and TENSTAR ended always with TENSTAR winning, not even putting Rix close to double digits. It is a turning point we seem to see. Absolutely, and Split also have been played between two, 13-7 back in the day from the side of TENSTAR. At this point, they finally find themselves an entry, and here, obviously, the aggressive stance we've talked about. You don't have a Sentinel in the classic sense, then you need to take an aggressive stance. Doesn't work for Rix, and so one after another eliminated. What is Russ doing? Having a chill time back in spawn, huh?
Oh! Okay. This is sneaky pig. He's only 1 HP, and he's probably going to be the only one that dies. Oh!
Remaining.
Finally just going for the kills. No one is stealing rifles. Okay, it was going to be a flawless, but Russ did fall in the end. At least it's a great start, I have to say. Coming from that bonus that Rix did not manage to end. Now here comes the timeout. I would say pretty early, but I think that both teams have 2 of them, so there's no reason not to use them in case that you need it, or in case that you want to, you know, talk about what you're gonna do this round. That you both teams have a full buy. It's very important. It could mean the double digits for you. Again, you don't want to be out of the competition. There's no more chances to making it to Berlin for any of the teams that fall today. So little by little, baby steps. Those double digits could be here. It would mean a lot to them. They're also gonna talk about how they're gonna play with that double control. Where are they gonna, and if they're gonna use the Viper Spit in the way that we saw TENSTAR using it there on mid, just to deny completely that part of the map and just play around it. If they're gonna go for some aggression, I would really like to see Luther on that operator, if possible. Just some little request right there, but we'll see.
Wink.
Wink, wink.
Well, it's a time to shine for the TENSTAR boys. If they want to make this a fairly easy to now or never, but I mean, that's something I say on a regular. And our wonderful observer called Melanie got us the information. Fnatic versus BDS 1-9 for BDS. I am in shock. Should I be in shock? I'm in shock.
I also have to think that the pressure is a lot, and just being Fnatic and losing against Giants, I have to say, they're 1-9 against BDS.
True. I mean, matter of fact that you
I would
don't
like to
say.
ask for the map, because she told us it is the first map.
I tell you, Icebox.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, Mel. But at the same time, Luz are finding a
Thanks,
great
Mikey.
one onto Cray. Brilliant stuff to start things. As though the spike has hit the ground, there are still Seekers available if it gets a little hairy, but take a look at the minimap. Someone sneaking in from behind. That is Stanley. Waiting for the right timing. Nobody seems to have the awareness, and finally gets the first. Might have been a little too early, but he's backing off. Seems like he just wants the attention. Come on, come on. Follow for my fails, follow for my tricks, but here comes the snake bite. And suddenly there are still 2 stars available. He's not using that. He might be just a little too scared, as though Russ finds Sluzzer in the end, still tries to make the move, but Fry finally finds him. And now that spike has to be defended. The bodyguard's on the side. Only Paulie remaining. Finds the double indeed, and he makes it possible. He does that 1-2 defuse. And obviously the Finn stays ice cold. One shot after another. He's the clutch meister. He's the clutch minister over from TENSTAR.
He was like, I'm not even gonna run away from this one, because I managed to pull the 3K here. I managed to defend the spike. There was barely any time, and you were saying it. The distraction of Astra on ropes. I got them so many times. The operator from Luffy just couldn't find the right space for it to work. The pick that he wanted to make, it was just too aggressive. He fell, and oh, this is going to be short pie. Pocket round for Riggs. What a beautiful round from TENSTAR, even with that man disadvantage.
To say it in the most Finnish way possible, thank you, Nikko Polvinen. Amazing lad. Really, he was one of those guys that they have trialed over the course of still being Terran Mill. They had Musashi, for example. They got Fixo as well, one of the French duelists playing Jet. And at the end, they decided to go with Polvi, who was definitely decent as he played, for example, for like Visu or Vasta, for example, but still not necessarily the first option as a duelist. At the end of the day, his positivity, his great character got him the slot within the team. And that's something, well, we unfortunately can't hear, but we can imagine having a big impact. But it's time for Rix to have big impact once more.
Yeah, and of course they needed Luther with his ultimate. Oh no, this is gonna be 2 of them falling with the aggression and the heal that's gonna come in. And we have to remember, to everyone that's watching us also, these teams have faced each other. And on the previous head-to-head, I have to say that both times he went for TENSTAR, so still not over. There's only 2 rounds difference right now, and it looks like it's gonna be the 8 to 10. Oh, 8 to 9, sorry.
Brody getting the spike down any second.
Spike dropped.
And Rix are having a little picnic over there on the B
Looking
side.
for the res. Nice.
Spike planted.
Looking for the res?
But yeah, I mean, if Res planted, he had the res. Not looking for the res to rest someone, just giving it the spike, you know. You know, Vincent, you know.
You confused me.
I'm sorry.
I got you. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's still gonna be interesting. Luzzer has to deliver as his little blades are already floating. Nothing brought home, and this is where you could always ask yourself, was it a good idea to bring them out right now? But obviously in the situation they were, not too much to do, and the possibility, but either way, look at this little top left corner there, Kaquka.
Yeah,
I
and
see
I have to
4
say,
out of 5 ults.
Yeah, in one round, they did have the Astral, they did have the Cosmic Divide, but they did not have either the Resurrection, the Showstopper, or the Viper Spit. So that is 3 ultimates for them in a round that was effortless, almost. So, effortless. So, see what they can pull out. I see what use they want to make out of all of these ultimates. I would like to see something very, obviously, explosive, if not the Showstopper. I'd like to see something definitely onto B, I feel. Let me see again with the operator. And to stop that, even if it happens. And Russ, obviously, he's not going to be looking for the pick.
Made landing perfectly. Those paint shells, though, not too impactful. TENSTAR are really, right now, on the fast lane to victory. At least it's what it feels like. Their attack side, convincing to me, I have to say. And, I mean, in the past few games, TENSTAR have proven that their attack side can work quite well. Now it comes Cosmic Divide, and also, this is going to be put the Showstopper into place. I'm genuinely surprised. Volby, you gotta do something with it, and he doesn't even know where to shoot it. Does it hit something? No, big chaos over on the side of A. All those abilities, all the utility being used, and oh, Tom is glad what is happening. At the same time, look at the HP, how low the wall goes down. It still works. Mickey back on site might have an opportunity, but Luzzer in the scope.
30 seconds left.
One dead. Mickey boy whiffing nearly, and it could still run to B, and they definitely do so.
Yeah, they have to. They did have used the Viper's Pit here, but A is not safe anymore, knowing that Lucy's gonna play for from screens with that operator. Just go for the safe one, at least guarantee your plant. You don't have time to even plant it exactly where he wants it to be. When Cray here.
Oh no! Cray whiffing that Brody on his own. And he can't even heal himself. Could technically use this little Tasmanian tiger to get a bit of information. A trailblazer.
It's too risky.
Absolutely. Would just give his position away. And now we have to guess what is happening. You can see the next episode of Valorant. But now Brody has brought us already the next season, seemingly. The main actor, protagonist, and also the villain, at least for the side of Rix. And as the Trailblazer, he considers his opponent only, well, I'm not sure it's the right word, has the operator! Brody brings it home, and it's a weapon gifted to him. Congrats for that one, mate. It's an absolute excellent play, and Rix, as they're trying their best, send every single soldier on the battlefield. It seems like they're fighting against the king. Excellent stuff. And you see it right there. Thanks, Mel, for a little plug-in. 4-11 between BDS and Fnatic. Goodness gracious, seems like an exciting game we're having.
It was such an expensive round also, because we saw 3 ultimates. The 3 ultimates that you don't see on TENSTAR's hands right now were used on the previous round. And there's a reason why I was telling you to use all of that on B. I feel like the result is more easily effective as a whole. So that's why I was expecting that from them. And Rix is going to be having another economy round for them. Economic, sorry. And, Russ, even with the rest, he knows what he's up against. He doesn't want any aggression. To, take care of his teammates. What's happening on mid. They take pretty much control of it. Almost for free. And Seek is coming out.
Oh, waiting again. Stanley
right there.
Patient indeed, and this Pry is falling to rest out of nowhere. Seems like they once more obtain full control. Indeed they do, but Otom and Mickey turn this one around. The upgrades are secure. Cray can't afford to make a mistake. Great snake bite, but still look, he keeps on running from heaven. But Otom, no chance. TENSTAR seem to not only have the advantage by rounds at this point, it seems like there's something happening mentally with Rix.
I mean, it was a round that we probably would have given to TENSTAR. The damage is there, but still it's not going to be enough. Probably just saving this Phantom onto the next round. Because there's not much to do. There's no time. It's a 3v1. This is going to be the double digits for TENSTAR, and this is what I was telling you. I was afraid that Rix did not manage to pull a strong defense. It's kind of scary. Definitely looking scary for them. And next round is what we call a match round, okay? Because this is all or nothing. They need to get this compulsory. They have to play around the rest, maybe even use everything that you have is to use in this round. So if there's any micro that you want to show, this is the moment, because it can mean the 11th for TENSTAR, and also you not having economy again and just having to save the next 3 rounds in a row, and it's just a lot of pressure onto them, you know, added to the situation of a 1-0. And TENSTAR also needs to play around that idea.
Here he comes. Latex wants to hold them up easily, but over ramp, they don't push. Attack the A side instantly. Got controlled. Viper's wall, obviously helpful in that sense. The spike's going to be down immediately. But great. With Finger's first duel, we see on the minimap, obviously someone is flanking again, but is that going to have too much of impact?
Yes, Stanley again with the flank. Is Rix going to expect him? Because this could be crucial. Oh, they are.
They don't have him on the radar, do they? Again, it is Stanley chiming in. And from heaven, it might just another sphere and another level. They don't expect another player from ramp. He can't do it all, but it looks more than decent. Paulie behind the screens. It's his time to shine again together with Brody. As only him find the frags. Time is ticking, by the way. The problems start to arise. One is diffusing. Can he get them all? That is the question. God. Can he get them all? Brody again! The clutch hero for TENSTAR. He is an absolute maniac. Superman, Batman, all combined into one. He has superpowers nobody can put into one word. Surreal. Absolutely surreal.
I have to say, oh my god, twice. They happened twice. They managed to pull this situation in their favor twice. It wasn't Pove this time. It was Brody. Oh my god, and we see Fnatic 1 round away also. Is that the real score? Listen to BDS, that first map. Thank you, Mel. That is the actual score. Another round that we have to give them. And I have to say, I don't even think they had time to completely finish that defuse, but Luther with the operator, he's not having the impact that the team needs. And he cannot be explosive and retake on those situations. So you need to stop using it with the operator. If he's not, of course, we talk about a lot of times about how expensive it is and how big of an investment. But if you're not taking anything out of it, maybe you should stop it and just look for a different approach. It is what you need, because if you have to play retake, you cannot have your jet on the operator.
This has somewhat of a resemblance to me to the big game against the guys of Finest. And I'm saying that due to the fact that what is breaking my heart is that those were rounds which set you in a totally different mental sphere. Right? You had it. This was yours. You should have had the point. We don't even need to discuss that. And I want to remind you, Brody also at the beginning of this half had 1 kill. Brody had 1 kill and has one of the biggest 2 massive impact rounds, which got them in the position they are.
And again, using the Seekers to create pressure and just take back Stanley early in the round, putting them again in a 5v5 situation. And it looks like they want to go for A again. They know that the Viper's pit is there. So they decide to maybe not really. And the Cosmic Divide is coming in.
Brilliant stuff. Paulie, waiting, patience. And so, as Latex is coming in to support with his ult. Cosmic Divide, that useful tool where, you know, you still got to plan at one point, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of it often seems like they underestimate when this Cosmic Divide is coming down. It's here where it collapses. Suddenly the walls are broken. There it goes. Volby starts good, and while that is a meat grinder at this point,
And
they
then Luca
simply
again with the
can't
operator.
enter. Yeah, it's the worst, and this is where I mean it. It seems like something is missing. It really seems that the motivation is broken within Rix, a team that was fighting insanely hard in the past few weeks.
Last player
And
standing.
they're just gonna go for the hunt. Is Luther gonna be able to save this operator? We will if he... Oh, okay. We can manage to get another kill. Okay, that's nice. He's also gonna get his ultimate. Is he gonna save it? Oh, no.
Match point.
Close. It's damn close. With the 13-9 being already in reach, 50 seconds away for TENSTAR. It's going to be very interesting to see if they're capable of finding it right now, or if we get close. Remember how it was with Liquid and the TENSTAR boys. That second map, where it looked like it might be not working that easily, where Breeze was getting into overtime and Liquid immediately snatched it. Maybe, just maybe, it could have become a problem. Oh, Tom, it's gonna be sucked in. That's a brilliant start. I love it. And at the same time, you saw it on the top right, Fnatic already lost against BDS. This is an exciting evening, I can tell you. And you're tuning in to one of the best games of the night. Well, there are only two, so you have to decide. Either way, 60 seconds left on this clock, and TENSTAR already with an entry.
It's looking good for them, definitely. And mid control that they wanted on the previous half. Now it's theirs to have. It's such a crucial round. It's all or nothing, and it's only Spectre here for Mikey Boy. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Oh boy, oh
I mean,
boy.
a round with massive gravitas. The meaning of this, possibly sending TENSTAR on the right track and followingly playing either against BDS or
30 seconds
Fnatic.
left.
It's definitely not getting easier for them at that point. Latex waits. Right timing he wants to hit, but definitely spots it. Nobody's blinded still. It doesn't work well for Latex. Two more standing. Paul even puts the rocket launcher on his shoulders. But nobody's coming. Nobody's holding back.
10
Gotta use
seconds
it at
left.
one point. Oh, and the timing! No way! He gets right there! He didn't do any steps! No noise!
Wow, this
no
is GG.
issues! And this is so unfortunate! No way! That Rix is losing in that
Attackers
fashion.
win.
2-0 secured. TENSTAR bring it home. Absolutely well deserved. After what they've shown to us against Liquid, this is well deserved. Rix was fighting hard, tough, and really to the limit, but at the end, it just wasn't enough.
GG's that we have to say for TENSTAR. I mean, I'm actually happy that we managed to pull through with the two teams that we started today. GG's also to Rix, who's not gonna, continue on this competition. And I have to say, in homework,